back, Dawn of Titans community, to another episode of my all-new series, Talking Titans. This is the second episode in this new series where my goal is to just bring you fresh content about what's going on in the Dawn of Titans network, both the community and within the game. It's a game that has brought together a community of very passionate players, and my goal is to continue to bring you content that is relevant and offers insight to not only what's happened in the game, what's currently happening in the game, and where might that take us in the future. So in this episode of A Year in Review, we're going to be looking at the first year anniversary and everything that's happened prior to it in the Dawn of Titans game since global launch this time last year. Now, the game has had various ups and downs, but overall, it's still a fantastic game. Arguably, still the best looking game, graphic-wise, on the marketplace. Taking control of these massive titans and leading them into battle against armies of troops really still brings quite a bit of excitement to the game, graphically, gameplay-wise, and overall I think the community still enjoys it. Granted, are there things that we wish it could do? Certainly. The year has also brought us some changes in what we've seen from the developers, overall gameplay, overall interactions, and even the live stream itself that the developers roll out every week. We've seen some devs come and go. We've lost Ben, the art director, who's moved on to new projects. Fran, who also was a great dev for her notorious intros on the live stream. But Matt has stuck around and brought with him Dom, and then we also have our guest artists that come in, team guest for any of the Screens or Chris or the Quiff and all these other devs that we get a chance to see. We've seen the devs roll out some of their first swag, bringing out t-shirts that they give away during the live stream, gem giveaways, and also their continued use of Dawn of Titans, which I myself am a personal fan favorite of, because I love to submit those videos too. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy these videos. I also, as I continue to move forward with Talking Titans, would love to have any other gamer join me for discussions on the game, again, past, present, and future of what will be happening. With this episode, we'll be kicking things off with a review of all of the 29 soul events that we've seen over the past year, as well as the awards that Dawn of Titans has won, and then we'll be looking at what's the current status of the game and what will be coming in the future. So check out this flashback of the various soul events we've seen this past year. Now, some other noticeable events that we've had over the past year was the introduction of the Trials of Power, or TOP, where we have seen this event now 3 times. The original one offered the first look at Urakor, the King of the Eunuchs, and we saw it 2 additional times relatively close to each other to give opportunities for players to compete once again after a few things were noticed that the second round didn't quite work, so the third round came closely after. For next year, I think many players are looking forward to an all-new Trials of Power that may feature new kings and queens of the different races, and hopefully even new maps and opportunities to compete that way. Let's also not forget for all of this work to give kudos to the developers for winning at the 13th Annual International Mobile Gaming Awards for being the global winner as Game Artist of the Year 2016, Best Technical Achievement. You know, again, they really kind of push the boundaries with what a mobile game can do, competing with console-level graphics, so again, kudos to them. Some other events that we've seen come up within your castle in Dawn of Titans was the introduction this year of the Adventurers Guild. The Adventurers Guild gave players the opportunity to earn Stardew through completing a mini campaign. I think this is another opportunity where players are certainly going to be looking for New Adventures Guild to expand upon the campaign opportunity of the game, and I think overall enjoyed the opportunity to fight the Titan in which they would win. Looking forward to this waking up and coming back one time, hopefully within the next year of Dawn of Titans. Now, we've also recently seen some all new types of events come across. One of the most recent ones being Death's March, where we saw the all new Titan Siegfried. Siegfried brought massive buffs to human, spearmen, militia, and archer style troops. With it, we saw buffs that were starting at 65%, 110%, and above. Working with these buffs, it really brought an all new gameplay style for your human titans. This has kind of triggered an all new opportunity for players to maybe mix up what they're doing on the battlefield. And overall, he's a unique Titan, something that players are still maybe grasping on whether or not they will use, but certainly brings a new mix to the game, and something we will probably see more of in the future when looking at various buffs. Siegfried isn't the only new and unique Titan that we've seen offer various buffs to troops that we haven't seen before. Lately, we've seen the introduction of Mamesh through the Firestarter Temple event, and that's one thing I still will review again, is looking at the year of temple events that have happened in the past. This episode here focused just on these soul events. Mamesh has broken from the linear storyline that Dawn of Titans offered by saying that there are various Titans that buff their race of troop. Mamesh breaks those borders and now buffs Unek and Mossmane, which traditionally in the storyline are, of course, races that were against each other and at war with each other. We saw Mamesh also bring massive boosts to those troops, looking again at really buffing these Unek Grenadiers and the Mossman Panthers, and we'll see if we continue to see this type of Titan in the future. Not only with these all new Titans, we're also currently seeing brand new relics being introduced. Now, over time, we've had a pretty stagnant and standard types of relics that we see come across the game. There are many players who are looking to even have old relics return, like the Defender and the Protector. But right now we have 3 new relics that have been introduced recently to the game, and these are the Orbs. This closely ties in with the all-new Throne War that will be coming up in the game. We've seen the Orb of Death and the Orb of Life. These are brand new relic styles that change what we've seen in the past by buffing both the Titan and the troop for each skill. In the past year, we've only seen relics that either have a mixture of it, one skill that buffs the Titan, and then maybe 2 or 1 more that buffs the troop, but never a relic that has all 3 skill slots that buff Titan and troop across the board. So we've seen the Orb of Death and the Orb of Life, and during this anniversary week, we have now seen the introduction of the Orb of Wealth, which same thing, offers Titan and Troop skill buffs across the board there. So the first slot being Earth, then Ice and Lightning. So we're seeing these mix of different types of elements that go into these relics. Now, following suit with this, we're hoping that we continue to see in the future these orbs improve, and we're still looking forward to seeing 2 more orbs. We're looking at the Orb of War and the Orb of Justice that would be coming in the future. So it's kind of a best guess out there of what will those 2 additional orbs offer for their buffs and their resistance for the troops and the Titans. This, of course, brings us into what's happening now in this new year for Dawn of Titans. With new Titans, new relics, and new opportunities that they're looking at for blurring the lines between races, introducing these new classes. We've seen the Viking Titans and their lightning become slightly more prominent, and the overall way that Titans buff troops. The newest thing that we're looking forward to as a Dawn of Titans community is the Throne War, which we still have yet to see what will be introduced and exactly how, but we've gotten a few sneak peeks and ideas of what's going to be going on. The Throne War brings the biggest game change in the past year. Now again, we've seen minor updates that have changed the way that lands work or how shields work and timers and various things. But the Throne War introduced a whole new gameplay to throw into the mix. This, of course, will be an all-new mix for a soul event, essentially replacing some of those soul events that we've seen, that rather than having an alliance or an individual challenge, we're now going to be looking at very much alliance versus alliance, not just kind of grinding out those souls. Some of the newest things that the Throne War will introduce us to are Divine Gems. Divine Gems will bring another new element to Dawn of Titans that players have not experienced before in the past year, giving players the opportunity to earn unique relics only available during this event, and even new unique titans. You'll also have the opportunity to unlock and earn existing titans at pre-leveled statuses, helping to kind of offer a new competitive edge. Again, this varies from the standard and traditional soul events that we've seen for the alliances or the individuals in the past, and I think this is a gameplay that the game really needs to help change things up and give players kind of a sense of new accomplishment and something new to pursue. We'll also see the introduction in the new year of Dawn of Titans of 6 new 5-star relics. Now, of course, this only brings to the question, will we even see new 5-star Titans down the road? I think it's highly possible, and I did a more thorough review of each one of these relics in my first episode, Talking Titans, for the Throne War overview. I think one of the unique things that this does bring to the game for the new year that we haven't seen in the past year is the opportunity for more visual customization to your characters, aka Titans in the games. Applying these relics to existing Titans gives the opportunity to just give them a fresh look by offering a new weapon or a new shield to that Titan to use on the battlefield, and kind of gives that first level of character customization. I think this is something we will likely see more of in the future, as now that we have a pretty standard arsenal of players, Titans on the game, now we're going to start looking at how can we actually personalize that and make you stand out even more on the battlefield. With the Throne Wars, that will also bring even customization to your castles, as we're going to see ranks being applied, these knighthoods, which will be something all new, and even the golden castle garrisons, giving the opportunity for players to recognize rank and achievement within the game. Again, over the past year, we've pretty much seen all players pretty much looking the same, only being visually different based off of what level they are, but a castle's still a castle. Here, we'll now see golden castles on the battlefield. We'll also see the introduction of some more new Titans in the future. Again, I did a review of these Titans in my last episode, Talking Titans for the Throne War, but this here certainly shows us that the devs are not done introducing us to new Titans. With that, I think we're only going to see more and more Titans as the year continues following this anniversary and what really is out there to offer. So, again, just really looking at what Dawn of Titans does, they're clearly a game that's still moving forward. They haven't accepted exactly what is, and they're out there to also offer fresh content, new gameplay, and they're not allowing this game to go completely stale. So for the past year for Dawn of Titans, it certainly has been an interesting ride between relics, titans, gaining new things, out with the old, looking at the opportunities of how alliances have formed, event teams have come up across the past few months of the game, and that it's a game that's clearly still evolving. As a player that's been going free to play since global launch, it certainly is a game that offers something to any level of player. It's certainly, you could pay to get ahead a little bit, but you can certainly play for free and still compete, earning nice rewards as you go. Now, of course, a few things that are going on in game that I want to share with you guys that we at the Asgard DSB Alliances, we were a merger many months ago of two teams that combined to one. Recently, we have now changed our name to the Sanctuary Alliance, where we have finally combined the teams and consider ourselves one rather than an existing merger of old ones. So you can now find us in-game as the Sanctuary 1 or Sanctuary 2 Alliance. You can always still reach me online to continue the conversation of Dawn of Titans. My ID is DOTFandrel, and you can always catch me on Twitter. ASG_Fandrel is my handle there. I'd love to know what you guys think of the past year of Dawn of Titans in review. I'd love to hear your feedback on this video, especially if, hey, maybe I left a soul event out, but I tried to capture them all. Again, I'll be looking at what other types of events have we seen for Dawn of Titans in a part 2 of a year in review, so stay tuned for that. Again, this is YouTube. You know how it works if you want to help support my channel on here. So again, I'm Fandrel, and I'm out.